All right, welcome to the Undergraduate New Student Orientation. My name is Eddie Hernandez, Executive Student Service Advisor at CIU. Our presentation is about 1 hour, and I wanted to welcome everybody for joining us today. But let's get started, and we're a full minute behind, so I'm going to move forward and promptly get into our orientation today. So this is an orientation overview. We're going to talk about our CIU mission statement and mission pillars. We're going to talk about goal setting, who is my advisor, we're going to talk about how does the student portal login, a tutorial reviewing the virtual classroom. Now that is going to become the main component of our orientation today. Due to, I see a few questions, I want to emphasize that and ensure that everybody here is able to review a tutorial. And the tutorial will include overview of our current first course, H100. We're going to talk about technology requirements, course schedule and registration, time management, we're going to touch upon that, identifying a study space, student resources. We're going to briefly mention talk about financial aid, support to the intelligent partnership, study partners, and have an open forum. This is our CIU mission statement. We are equipped with the next generation of business professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs with the confidence, qualifications, and competence to succeed in the global business community and economy. And these are our mission pillars: personal, accessible, and entrepreneurial spirit. Our goal is, our focus is you, the student, and your success. So goal setting. So I want to ensure that everyone who's here has a goal. You're here because you want to accomplish something. You want to succeed. You want something different in your life and your career. And you've already made what is probably one of the hardest decisions, is actually not just deciding to go back to school, but enroll, and you're here. So I'm going to mute everybody for a second, because goal setting and your plan of action will be part of your success in your first class. So please go ahead. And I'm going to open up the forum, so maybe we'll be classmates as well. So tell me and tell to each other, how will this program help me reach my goals? I'd love to hear about yourself. And in your first class, you're going to write your biography statement, already thinking about who you are and what you want to do. So please go ahead. You'd like to share about themselves and how they plan to reach the goals upon earning a bachelor's degree.
Okay, well, my name's Jermel Parker. I'm from Louisiana, and part of my goal was to be a broadcaster or journalist, but I was a lot more interested in the online aspect of networking and being able to put my business, as once I actually became a radio commenter or to that nature of on my own page, I could use the actual benefits from networking, engineering, and security in helping me push forward into getting where exactly I need to be. So I thought that going with California Intercontinental would have been the best choice for me, because there's a lot I can do it at work from home. I can still do my comedy and everything else on the side whenever I have a chance to. And I just thought that it would have been the most perfect opportunity for me to take those next few baby steps into the world of making my career more realistic.
That's awesome. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Well, that's excellent. I think the business administration is going to be the stepping stone to a lot of different opportunities as an entrepreneur, and you can branch out and exploring different things. That's excellent.
Right.
Would anyone else like to share about how this program will reach their goals, or what your plan of action is as you earn your degree and move forward? You will indicate this in your key assignment, so it's good to share that with them now. Great stepping stone.
Well, yeah, my name's James Nestler. I'm an older guy. Seen a lot of things. I've done a lot of things in walks of life I've done, and I've got 7 children, and I'm really looking to find a way to financially set myself and be able to, set a legacy for my children as far as helping them want to go to school and learn and further themselves. I really took an interest in online marketing, sales, and all that. I'm just now starting out as an affiliated marketer on top of everything else I do.
Right.
And it really caught my interest, and it just made me want to learn, and that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you're here, James. It doesn't matter how old you are. And many students from all over different backgrounds and different ages. And starting school, no matter where you're at in your life, is such a great start to an accomplishment. I'm so glad you're here, James.
Thank you.
Anybody else? One more person like to share about their reaching the goals that they're planning?
Yes. My name is Marcus. I'm actually 19, and I'm talking to you guys out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I thought that the going to get my bachelor's degree at California Continental University was a big step for me. The future is everything, man, and everybody has a problem. And so I want to be one of the ones to be there to solve that problem. It used to be, with the iPhones, for example, an iPhone, it wasn't as advanced as it is now. So somebody took that problem and solved it and made it so we can actually do this. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be there to solve the problem. And I thought signing up and getting my bachelor's degree at Continental University would get me there. So I appreciate you guys.
Well, let's spread our wings and take flight then.
That's awesome. No, you're right. You're taking the first step, and there are, there's not always problems. There's always solutions. I like to think of it that way. Is that the more you learn, the more opportunity you will be the one to find a solution, and so an opportunity. That's excellent. Thank you for sharing that. I'm so glad all of you are here, and for those of you who didn't share, just think about it. You're here. You know what you want to do, and you want not only lose sight of that as you earn a degree, because your undergraduate degree can appear lengthy on your calendar, but before you know it, you've earned it, and it's something that no one could ever take away from you, is your education. So thank you for all of you sharing that with us. I'm going to move forward. I know we have a large group, so I'm just going to mute our group and our audio and move forward. So please, the chat box as we move forward in this tutorial. All right, everybody. I'm going to go on to our next slide. So who is my advisor? I'm going to, as you see on our screen here, and just for those who don't have the PowerPoint with them, Eduardo Hernandez, I'm the student advisor, which is the last name beginning with A through K. That is my direct phone number, text number, and my office hours. So I work with students and onboard students. Last names are A through K. And David Rodriguez is the point of contact for students with the last names beginning out through Z. His number is listed there, his text number, his office hours a little bit earlier, 7:30 or 4:30. We want to accommodate some earlier students since we have students across the globe. If you call our main line, you will speak to one of us if everyone is unavailable. But in overall, we have a lot of ways to communicate. So in student services, you can contact us via the phone, via Skype, of course, email and text messaging. That's why we indicate our text numbers there. That is really important because we want to ensure we're the best help you, and you need to know how you can reach us. And we're here Monday through Friday. If it's after office hours or you only leave a message, please do so that we can contact you immediately. So many of you who are new to online learning, you have a login screen like many websites. And this is a snapshot of the student portal login with the username and password. And so once you are enrolled, you will then be granted and provided login credentials from myself and David to your student portal. So before you are in the class, you get your portal, which is based on the information you provided on your enrollment and in that email initially. So your login credentials will email to you. Remember to keep them private and secure. If you're not enrolled yet, if you haven't been notified that you've been enrolled, and you're in the process of maybe working with an enrollment advisor on different factors or financial aid, maybe for example, you know, you won't be able to go into this specific website just yet. But just be aware you will once you receive an email and a phone call from David and I. And if you ever do forget your login credentials, you don't have to call us to get them back. You can always select forgot your password or email the helpdesk@caluniversity.edu. And so you can contact us, and those who don't work, but 99% of the time, if you select forgot your password or email the help desk, especially over the weekend or after office hours, you'll receive notifications when you log in. So I'm going to review now our tutorial. So please chime in if you have any questions regarding the course route and our tutorial today. It's going to be a large portion of our presentation, and I'm going to go over a few different things that are really important and answer any questions. Before we get started, are there any questions before we get started? I want to make sure that everybody's doing. Are you okay? Somebody who has joined us will get to introduce yourself. Don't be shy. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to minimize my screen. Oh, good. Marvis is all good. I'm going to go to my Internet Explorer. And I'm going to log in. I'm going to log into the demo that David and I utilize. You'll see Hello David on there. So what you see here is the home screen for the student portal. And the student portal is your administrative headquarters. So the CIU student, if you're being online for the first time, you will see this screen when logging in. And so I'm going to kind of go through a few different things. This is not yet where you go to class. So this is not where this student portal, myportal.caluniversity.edu, is not where you submit an assignment. This is not where you go to a form yet. So this is something that's separate from your classes. So, for example, under academics, in this left tab screen here, you have your degree audit. Your degree audit shows you all the courses you've completed successfully and how many units you have to complete. You have a class schedule, a GPA calculator, grade point average calculator, grades, final grades are listed here. This is where the grades that reflect your transcript are indicated on this section under academics. So look at it as basically your student record. That's why it's important that you have your password secure. You have your profile where you can update as well, your password, your message center. Finances, so as a new student, you may want to update your account information or make a payment online. Tax information later gets indicated here. Documents, external links, and additional forms are listed here. So this is kind of, as you can see here, kind of just a really standard website in which you can access all your student information. So you can log in as an enrolled student, as I mentioned. Now, one thing that is different here is that in the student portal, you do have then a separate link for the Learn Center. And the Learn Center is where you will go to class. I'm going to show you what that looks like. This icon here. I'm going to select Go to Learn Center. And now this website, this is for before January, this is when January 7th starts. So the Learn Center becomes fully operational for you on January 7th. Basically, at the stroke of midnight Pacific time, you have access to your course room. So one note when accessing this link here from the Learn Center is that it does indicate a brief message below that says, please disable your pop-up blockers or add the caluniversity.edu domain as a trusted site. And that's really important because if you clicking this link and it's not working, you very likely don't have that disabled or your website as a trusted site. I'm on Internet Explorer right now, but I will say this, that I also utilize effectively Google Chrome. Most students use Google Chrome. I think I had a question about that. We did. One of our questions that came up today was from one of our students is, would it be better to work off Google Chrome instead of Safari? So that's a good question. We are compatible with Safari, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox. I wouldn't say that you would work better. I know that students, including myself, actually use Google Chrome on a regular basis over Safari. So there's that feedback. There's a preference, but I know most use Google Chrome. I can find it just the easiest way to navigate, in my opinion. So I hope that answers this question. That's completely partial to Internet Explorer that I have on right now, but that's just want to indicate that. So once you have the Internet browser updated, Marva says Google Chrome seems to work a bit better. I didn't want to kind of a sort of preference, but I would agree as a whole that it seems to work better. I mean, than the ones I mentioned, but they're all compatible. Everybody has their preferences. So just looking at here at the link, this go-to-center link, once that has been enabled, you click it in a separate window, you'll get the Learn Center. So what I'm going to do is, for the demo today, I have here a copy of I have a version of the Learn Center here. This is actually my Learn Center link. I take a little picture here. And so when you log into class on January 7th, you will see that this homepage primarily will be what you're in the Learn Center. And a good way to indicate that is that it's asking you what time is it. And remember, CIU activities reflect Pacific time zone, so ensure to plan accordingly. So for example, it's about to be, it's 2:55. Is that the right time? Yeah, it is, exactly. Just checking here my watch here. And so it's 2:55 p.m. So for many of you, let's say under Eastern Standard Time, let's say if you're in New York, would be about 5:55. So we want to ensure everybody's aware of that when contacting staff and submitting assignments. So I'm sure to plan accordingly when work with submitting work. So this screen right here, as I click it, some people call it hamburger icon. These three little lines right here, this is your dashboard. So I clicked it, it goes away. I click it, it appears. When you log in for the first time, it will appear actually. You have your dashboard here. This is actually a staff website. And so you have your courses, the Student Resource Center, Writing Center, Administrative Information. If I scroll down, a couple things that all of you will see is there's university news. For example, Dr. Hess provides university news here. He's our Dean of Graduate Studies. And you always will be notified once this is in the forum. Reminders here. And of course, survey, because we're in the final week of our last term of the year. And then these icons up here, which I'll review shortly. I think we got somebody who's just joining us. Let me make sure that. All right, I think we have somebody just joining us, but I'm going to go ahead and continue. So if you can hear my voice, you're just joining us. Oh, look, we do. I'm sorry. So we have Trey Bailey on the line. I did not see that earlier. Trey Bailey. Thank you for joining us, Trey. I think you joined us while I was speaking. So don't worry, record the orientation. I am recording the orientation. Oh, Trey Bailey just joined. Good. Trey Bailey is the one I was waiting for. Good. I just saw somebody pop up here. So the more the merrier. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on. We're right now talking about the Learn Center. And so what I want to do is review the current version of ACE 100, and I'm going to go over kind of an outline of a course room currently for ACE 100. Are there any questions before I get started? Before I continue, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that's fine. Don't be shy. None so far. Okay. Okay. So what I clicked in here is ACE 100, the current version of our course for this year, 2019. I'm sorry, let me actually, and then I would like to let everybody unmuted, but we got large with a lot of background. Sorry about that. But please use the chat box if you have any questions. So in a separate screen, I have the current version of ACE 100, Accelerate, Connect, and Equip, this introductory course will be the first course for all of you in your bachelor's degree program, regardless of emphasis. So this program is designed for you, the CIU online student, to be acclimated and being successful in online learning. We're talking about your goals and we're showing you exactly. So if this is your first time going to an online class, this is perfect for you. And if it's not, don't worry, this will be a good reflection and experience as you move forward to start the year. Sorry, but because part of the image is cut off here. But I'm going to go, as I scroll down, it's the important course documents, story orientation highlights. And the first thing I tell every student is to download the ACE 100 syllabus, because the syllabus is the map to success for your classwork. So download the syllabus. And I download it right now. So the syllabus will include all the course information. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that. So for example, this is the grade percentage table. So remember, and I'll show you later on today about the student bio and the syllabus quiz. So just a little preview there. There is a syllabus quiz. So this is, you have to, a syllabus indicates everything to prepare you and needs to be done for the course. There's a lot of, you know, you can see here the grading rubric. So you would know what's expected of you in completing a writing assignment and the amount of hours dedicated to your studies. So probably the thing that everybody wants to know is like, Eddie, so what do I do? So let's look at the schedule for the courses. The syllabus has the schedule here, so you always know what to do. So for example, week 1, we have resources and expectations. In your course schedule, you have your bio statement, which I'll show you. It's talked about goals and about yourself. There's also a lesson that you'll read and review. You're going to participate in a Unit 1 discussion question. You're going to complete a mini writing assignment, and you're going to complete a quiz. And you have 2 attempts, actually 2 hours to complete your quiz. There's a quiz every week that's open, that is open book, and you have your lessons with you. And every week you have a different topic. As you can see here, there's no more bio and syllabus quiz. That's only in week 1. But communication techniques, the next topic, classroom mastery, personal growth, academic writing skills, and critical thinking and information literacy. As you can see, there's a course project at the end of the term and a final exam. This is really important because you want it to be successful. You've got to know what to do. So you can print this out, save it on your computer, whatever works best for you. I used to just print out my syllabus and keep them in a folder, as well as save them on Drive or on my computer, because that's something you're always going to reference to in order to be successful. Now I'm going to continue to scroll down on a couple items here and briefly discuss, for example, what you see on your screen. It says APA essay template and example references. So just going to give you a heads up. So in completing writing assignments, there are different ways to do that. Maybe many of you in a community college or high school have done this before, but if you conduct research, you're going to adhere to the APA format. It stands for the American Psychological Association. And this will be part of your courses as well. In this course, you'll learn more about APA format. But just to give you an example, because I know many students want to know, what does an APA paper looks like? So it has a running head, title of your essay, your name, university, course name, professor's name, and a date. An example. This is an example here. So this template is in your course room, and it's in your writing center. Many of you have the writing center. And as you can see here, I'm actually in a version of Microsoft Word. So when you complete a paper such as this, you're going to use Microsoft Word, a word processor, to complete the assignment. And just a note, that leads me to say that you, as a CIU student, you do get a version of Microsoft Word, Microsoft 365, along with your university email. So if you're asking yourself, well, how do I write an essay? We gave you the tools to start it with the template and Microsoft Word. So you have all the tools to get started. So, and that's why I want to bring it up that, you know, to complete the coursework here, you're going to have to write papers. Understandably, and this first course will help you learn the style guide and the expectations as you move forward with your coursework. Additional resources here. One very important resource that I want to bring up is Grammarly. Now, Grammarly is a writing enhancement platform. And to log on to Grammarly, it detects plagiarism. It also detects, whoops, sorry here. Accidentally clicked out for a second. Sorry about that. I just accidentally clicked out. Here, let me get back to the course screen. I'm going to briefly unshare my screen for a moment as I log into the course room. Sorry about that. I just accidentally clicked out of the course room. We go back to that very briefly and get back in there. All right, so I've reshared my screen here. I apologize for that. So Jamel asked, let me put up the chat box. Jamel asked, so I have to follow all the links in email to get to these pages. Well, initially, you will receive an email for this website and also the My Portal link. You will be emailed initially both those links. Those links are also on our website. So I would advise you, as I did when I first got these links and anywhere else, is to bookmark them. Save the links when we provide them to you, so that they refer back to an email. Save them on your internet browser, so they come in handy. You're going to use them every day. You have to always go back to your email and look up to the link. So that's a couple of things I'd recommend you do. Saves you a lot of time, and it just becomes much more manageable. So bookmark and save the main two links, the portal and the Learn Center, on your internet browser, whatever computer or tablet that you'll be utilizing primarily. Okay, so let's continue on. I was talking about Grammarly, so I'm just going to briefly touch upon that. The Grammarly has a user manual in which you also in this Grammarly manual, this will have, the link to create an account. It includes an access code, and to utilize Grammarly, you have to use your university email. As I mentioned, the CIU student, we email you a university email that comes with those applications all together. It's a @student.caluniversity.edu account. So the full-time student, you provide a university email. And when you access it for the first time, there should not be, or there will not be, a cost to use Grammarly. You'll use it by inputting this code. And this is in your course room. Course forums, like for example, instructor information. There's instructor information listed here, policy and procedures. Remember, in the forum, the instructor information, you can communicate with your instructor. He'll be responding to your forum posts. So it's really important that if you have questions, use the forums. Email your instructor. If they post in these forums for appropriate hours or contact them, please do so if you have a direct question. So I don't want to go into too much introduction of everything I want to do. I want to keep it as a surprise. But I want to talk about Unit 1 because Unit 1, I want to show you exactly what you have to do for Unit 1. So there's a Unit 1 quiz, syllabus quiz. But if you read the syllabus, this should be a piece of cake for you. It'll help you remember what it's due. Like, for example, the first question, attendance in the course is required. Yes. Every week, there is attendance. Yeah, spoiled the answer there. But I'll talk more about attendance later today. But I want to kind of show you the student biography statement. So I'm clicking student biography. So a student biography, students must complete a biography assignment and post no later than Monday before midnight. So on the first day of class, you will see your bio. You will complete your bios and see other people's bios and post back about your bios. So it's a brief description, no more than 3 paragraphs, of your experiences, qualifications, and achievements, description of academic experiences, awards, your goals, motivations, any interesting facts about yourself, and it's really just kind of think of it as, I tell students, if you're wondering, what is this? Like, what's a bio? You know, in the first day of class, whether it be high school, maybe previous college, or even first day at work sometimes, you know, you raise your hand and talk about yourself, and introduce yourself to everybody. That's basically what you're doing. Because just like if you're familiar with social media, you know, you'll be seeing other people's comments here. So I'm going to add a new discussion. This is how I would start the bio. Okay? So I would add a new discussion, and that's a picture of me. And you can put a picture too under your profile if you like. It's not mandatory. So let's say I want to just put Eduardo Hernandez bio. And then I can type in, hello, I'm from Irvine, let's say that's where I'm at right now, and type it in. Take them 15 minutes, not the most sometimes. What some students like to do, if you already prepared a bio, you can copy and paste it here. You can also browse in which you can upload a document. I prefer, and I tell students it's easier instead of trying to make it a little hard for yourself, just type it in, like as you would maybe on Facebook or something. You know, it's really just you introducing yourself, and you get credit for participating and including your bio on the first day of class. So you'll feel a lot better knowing you officially attended CIU. Great, yeah, really simple. You know, so the first day of class, you introduce yourself in the bio, do the syllabus quiz, and start reading your lessons, which I'll show in a few moments. I want to show you everything yet. I want to be surprised, but I just want to make you sure that you are able to utilize. Okay. So just briefly here, I want to touch upon other really important things in the Learn Center. I talk about the quiz, the syllabus quiz, reading assignments, lessons, the practice exam, the discussion forum. Remember, there's discussion questions. You got to add a discussion and answer these questions. And reply to 2 of your fellow classmates. So that's in the syllabus. Remember, to know exactly what you need to do to earn credit, you got to review your syllabus. And to read your lessons, presentations, mini writing assignments, Unit 2, similar, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, and Unit 6. As you scroll down, that's how you will view the coursework. As you can see, you can work ahead, you can look ahead, and plan your 6 weeks, how you want to complete the project. So before I move forward with the remaining areas of the Learn Center, are there any questions? Everybody okay? Somebody fell asleep? I know it's Thursday, it's almost Friday. Whoops, I need to unmute everybody. So let me unmute everybody for a second. Are there any questions? Use the chat box still too.
Okay, so I'm not at my laptop right now, so I'm trying to taking notes in my notebook. So it's saying download the H101 syllabus. You figure out the template for the Microsoft Word. Bookmark my portal and learning center. Sign up for the Grammarly course. Make sure I do the syllabus quiz and do the student biography. I do that before the first day of school, or do that the first day of school. That way I'll have something to do at that time.
The first day of school, you can prepare it the day before if you like. You can write it on,
Okay.
on your own Word document. Some people can start writing about themselves on a piece of paper if you like. So yeah, it's up to you.
Okay.
Oh yes, and Dr. Wilson mentioned about the news forum. So yes, let me bring up the news forum.
This is all on my student portal, my classes.
You learn something.
Learnings.
So these are course announcements. So if there are course announcements, there'll be one listed here.
Okay.
And then furthermore, also a general forum.
Okay.
You can add a question here. So remember to use forums directly. Also, when an instructor posts in the forum or replies to you or a classmate, you are then emailed a notification. So Dr. Wilson pointed out the forums, like in the news forums here. And I'll show you more forums as well in our resource section. But you know, these notifications are announcements that are sent to you, the student, and are emailed to reply back to the student, to reply back to the instructor or to your classmate. You go back into the forum, as you would see here, and reply back. But you are notified when there's interaction. So in the first few weeks of class, and particularly your first one, you may get a lot of emails to your CIU account with a lot of different people talking in the forum. So that's good, because you're asking like, oh, what about this assignment? Check the forum. The forum probably had somebody already talking about your assignment or had a question that you did. So I would advise you this. Also review the forums on a daily basis. All right, so I'm going to move forward a little quickly here. I think everybody's, I see no background noise. Everybody's muted. So you know what? I'll keep everybody unmuted for now as I move forward with the presentation. I want to make sure to cover this tutorial in detail and then briefly summarizing the PowerPoint, a couple other key factors that I want you to be aware of. So let's go to the student resource section. I mentioned that. So for additional supplemental materials and other important information, the Student Resource Center should load. Okay, so this is the Resource Center. So there are also weekly postings here. These are actually community forums using features. You can use this. This is actually open to everybody.
Okay.
This is just a forum for everybody to join, to ask questions. This can be even separate from your course. It doesn't have to be a question about your course. The CIU Student Handbook is a CIU book list listed here. So a lot of students elect to either purchase a hardcover copy. Maybe an ebook isn't best for you, and I'll show you what an ebook looks like. Or the website is. The book list is available to you if you want to look ahead of the possible textbook or need to purchase a textbook list. You can get that information listed here. Vital Source is a bookshelf training how to access your online ebooks here. And in your second class, you will have an ebook. So in the course that you saw earlier, I believe I mentioned this, I'm sorry, the course did not have an ebook. You saw that. The second course and the rest of your classes will. So that's why, in your first class, you can review how the Vital Source workshop works. These tutorials here, and the course will also have access to that. And ebooks tend to best work on these internet browsers. Should not be a surprise. And ebooks are accessible on Android, Kindle, and Chromebook devices. Many students print out pages. A lot of them have it on their tablet. And so just be aware of that. This is also just information regarding VeriCite and Grammarly. VeriCite is also a very in-depth, detailed plagiarism scanner. In the undergraduate program, as you saw, in particular in conducting research papers, you utilize VeriCite. You utilize this plagiarism scanner. You want to submit your assignment here. And I'm going to just go over this very briefly. And in through your courses, you will have written assignments that will have citations. This is available here. You submit your assignment, upload it here. Sorry, we have. I hope everything's okay. I hear baby crying in the background. But this is a VeriCite plagiarism scanner. I want to point that out.
What's the percentage?
So this is where I would drop all of my work off at?
Yes, and the percentage that you have to complete is 15%.
Oh, so this just shows the percent of work that I've completed.
It includes the detection of plagiarism. And so if you have a percentage that's below 15%, then your assignment can be accepted. If it's above 15%, then you want to revise it, and you'll get a report indicating what you need to edit.
Okay, that sounds more okay.
So say if you took the assignment and didn't complete the assignment, would you retake the assignment to get a better percentage?
Yes, so this is actually before you submit the assignment. So you use the plagiarism scanner, and you use Grammarly as well. You use that to edit your paper and make edits before you submit it to your instructor. Okay, and in the first course, there'll be additional tutorials on how to review that. Actually, you can go in detail about that for a very long time. But I just want to bring this to your attention now. And then also our code of conduct and academic honesty policy. Remember, because this is going to be your coursework. There's a student code of conduct, and maybe in high school or in community college or in university before, your papers have to be your papers. You want to ensure that you're utilizing and citing appropriate, not copying, and that's really important. You have some background noise. We're also going to talk about Pocket Confidant. It's a virtual coaching tool that you will also utilize as a CIU student. It's an online tool that you get credentials also. It's a supplemental tool. It's not part of your coursework currently, and you utilize it and ask it questions that will help and better your success. It's a virtual coach. It's actually an artificial intelligence application. You've seen things like Siri and so forth. This is a virtual coaching tool you'll learn more about as you start the program. I'm now going to go over a couple more things. First of all, we have a math lab. It's led currently by Dr. Hess. That's our dean. So you request a review with Dr. Hess here, and he'll reply to you and acknowledge it within 24 to 48 hours if you need help with math. Under student resources, we also have a writing center. And the Writing Center has a lot, this is always growing. So this is really a great website that is overseen by our academic department and Dr. Hess. We have the YouTube channel, APA template, APA formatting guide. And you may see information regarding the dissertation. We have doctorate students use the Writing Center as well. How to download a Grammarly report. And the Writing Center chair is Don Kirk-Macon, who is also one of our instructors. Raymond asked, so if we submit an assignment but want to do better, can we redo it? Okay, that's a good question. So that is something that you don't want to always count on. You know, if you go into your mindset of like, if I do it, I'll get a second chance anyway, the long run of things, you find yourself falling further behind and getting that, and not something learning effectively. So I will say this. Oh, sure.
Yeah. Hello, Raymond. This is Stephen Hess. I'm a teacher here at Cal University, and I'd like to answer your question. You asked a good question about, can I resubmit my work for a better grade? And to be perfectly honest, the answer is yes and no. It is yes, because you can arrange with your professor the chance to resubmit if the professor agrees to do so. So if you have a good reason why you want to resubmit something for a better grade, talk to your professor and ask. And if the answer is yes, hey, you get to resubmit it. If the answer is no, well, so much for that. But that's how you go about doing that. When you have these sort of questions on, can I turn something in a little bit late? Can I turn something in again to try to improve my grade? What can I do to make my experience better? Ask the professor. They'll be more than happy to help you. And I hope that answers your question. There you go. Cool. Good. Okay. Thanks, Eddie. I've had my bit.
Thank you, Dr. S. No, you actually read my mind. I don't know if you're looking at me or have inside my mind right now. It's really creepy. You actually said exactly what I was going to say. I didn't mean to say it like that. But Dr. S is exactly right. It's like a yes and no. And that's exactly the mindset that I want to bring about. So it's clear that me and Dr. S have worked together for a few years now. We're always kind of thinking of what we want to say. So Dr. S's language is coming up on, is trying to be part of my language. But that's really great feedback. So that will lead me to later on talking about support, which I'll talk about later. You know, the more you communicate beforehand, the better, so we can help you. Trey Bailey mentioned, if you have a big percentage of plagiarism, that could affect your grade, correct? Yes. If you have something above 15%, it's not going to be accepted, and you'll receive a report indicating that. So that is really important. You have things that are where you report indicating it's plagiarized or not cited correctly. Maybe you didn't mean to plagiarize it. Understand, you got to ensure that. And I know that can be hard, but when you earn your degree and a bachelor's degree with us, you'll learn every course the skills to improve on your writing and learn about the APA format. This is a learning experience. It's not going to be perfect.
Ed, I'm just going to jump in for 30 seconds, I promise. If you turn in your work and the plagiarism scanner says, oh, wow, hey, you plagiarized something here by accident, it happens. We know, we all do it, and that's why we have the scanner to check us. You can always go to the Writing Center and talk to Dr. Don Kirk-Macon, and he and one of the writing crew will help you figure out a better way of saying it using your own words as to bring your plagiarism score down. And the cool thing about that is once it's below the threshold of 15%, it can actually be graded, which is a good thing. And the second thing is, you know that your work uses your words. That work is yours, and that's a cool feeling to have too. So if you find yourself getting hung up at the plagiarism scan, go to the Writing Center, ask Don Kirk-Macon for help, and they will help you. And Marcus asked, does it have to be below 15%? Yes, it has to be 15% or less.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. S. Once again, you read my mind. Yeah, so that is the Writing Center. If we could show you other tutors that are available, there's currently 4, Dr. Sally Lazada, Dr. Daniel Chavez, and Dr. Elizabeth Forzon. Each have different specializations. Like hers, for example, is exploratory English composition, formatting, and editing. And you request a review with her here, and she'll respond in 24 to 48 hours, 24 hours. We'll acknowledge your question. So one thing I would also advise you, now that I'm showing you the Writing Center, is the earlier you ask for help, the earlier you'll find a solution, the earlier you're going to get your assignment done. If you're asking for help Sunday night when the assignment's due at midnight, it's not going to be ideal. You probably would not get a response by 4 midnight or within minutes. You know, the expectation, but you're in an online format. We want to, we'll answer all your questions, but if you're looking to contact somebody right before midnight on the same day when the assignment's due, that may not be ideal, especially if you really need help. You know, they're available to you all before the week and after, so be aware of that. We want to empower you with the tools to be successful, and you yourself are going to decide when you need help, where to go, when you want to do that, and effectively communicate with that. So that's just a point I want to make across too. You know, there's no one going to be from 1 minute to the next contacting you back on the phone if you need help in the Writing Center and in the tools in which you're communicating with an assignment. So just be aware of that. And an online library, I'm just going to briefly show you the online library. The Library Information Resource Network. There are databases here, databases that you have access to the CIU student when conducting research. And then lastly, I'm going to move forward because we're a little behind on time because you guys have been so great and asking a lot of great questions. And so I'm just going to go over actually our support center. The support center, you want to bookmark this link. It's called the help desk. You can open up a new ticket. So if you ever need help, let's say it's Saturday night, 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock where you're at, you need to submit a ticket. The support center is overseen by the IT department. So if a technical issue or other issue occurs, you would put your information here, the topic, the summary of the issue, here with details, and then submit it and create a ticket. The earlier you submit a ticket, the faster you'll get a response. So if you have an academic issue, it'll be forwarded to the academics. If you have a login issue, it'll be forwarded to us in the IT department. Student accounts, student portal, some other support. Be very clear and concise, because once you do a ticket, the clock is rolling and someone's addressing it to you and getting back to you with acknowledgement and a solution, or contacting you directly. So what happens during the weekend, there will be somebody acknowledging and communicating with you. And if it's some kind of student advisor issue, of course, remember, after the weekend, we're here Monday morning. But we want to document when you ask your question and report that so we can work on the issue as soon as possible. The sooner, the better. Don't ever be shy if you need help. That's why we're here. And that's why you're here, is to be successful. So it's about 3:30, so I'm going to go over the PowerPoint very lastly. I know we start off a little bit later than we usually do. You had a lot of great questions, so I'm going to go back to the current slide. And I'm going to check in with everybody. So I unmute everybody. Who is my advisor? Remember, if you're laughing A through K, your advisors is rather anonymous. That's me. Alpha to C is David Rodriguez. Just to note, remember you're on a microphone, open mic, and I want to ensure to have still time for everybody to listen and answer any questions. So please, if you're near with a lot of background noise, we can hear you, please mute your device. So how do I access my course? You can access via the student portal or going directly to the Learn Center website. You also, upon enrolling and be onboarded, you will get login credentials to both websites. And what at this time am I required is on the first day of class? Your biography statement and your syllabus quiz. So technology requirements, I'm going to go into this rather directly here. Computer, reliable internet connection, Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, Adobe Acrobat Reader, easily downloadable when you obtain an assignment, a webcam, microphone, or external headset. There will be some assignments, some exams, and you are notified before you start a course. That may have a proctored exam, so just be mindful of that as you complete the program. And if you need technical support, ensure to contact the help desk. From now to January 7th, I want to make sure everybody has a computer, a device in which you can have the internet access and type and utilize it effectively. If you do not have a computer or do not have an internet where you're going to be mostly reciting, please let us know beforehand, because the university is 100% online. If you don't have the means, you can't start school successfully. We want you to start school successfully. If you don't have a computer, reliable internet connection, please contact us. If something happens that impacts your internet or computer, for example, my computer got stolen when I was in college, so I had to use the library for a little while. It happened. My computer just crashes. Don't worry. Call us so we can ensure to reach out to your instructor and we find a solution for you. But you got to let us know. We want to help you. Sports. Okay, Jermel, I know that you don't have a computer at the moment, so I'm going to let your advisor know, and I'm glad you borrowed one, and sometimes you may borrow one, but to be less stressful and to be reliable, I will say this: you're going to be online a lot, so if you can borrow the computer every day, then that is something that you're going to need to be aware of. So, I think it's best that you always have something with you at all times, knowing that any time you can study. Okay, and same thing for Trey. I'm glad you're able to borrow one, but remember that this is something to be in the program for a few years, possibly. So you're going to want to ensure that you have the means at all times. So my best advice to you would be that borrowing one now, by January 7th, you already have something you're going to have at all times. So that's something that's really important. Okay, so that's sometimes I see a few notes here. I understand Marcus is on his iPhone. That's okay. But to get started, you're going to need a computer. So just be aware of that. I really would utilize the means in investing in a computer if you're going to continue the program for upwards of 2 to 4 years. So that being said, I'm glad I brought that up then. So there's something I would we'll reach out to you as well, and sure to keep in contact with you. Course schedule registration. We register classes for you. There are 8 terms courses in a year. Every course is 6 weeks. All schedule changes must be done during week 1. So remember, if you have any questions regarding the schedule, it must be done before class starts in week 1. And always review our catalog as well. And every course in the program is 6 weeks long. And when you start the program again, you have 8 classes. Attendance and participation. This is really important. Non-participation in week 1 will result in cancellation. That's why I mentioned about having a computer. If something happens, you don't have the computer or internet during the first week, you are canceled. I hope that doesn't happen. But if you need help and something happens that occurs to you during the first week, please contact us. immediately so we can find a solution for you or review, discuss a solution with you. Unit assignments are due for completion the Sunday of each week. And remember, if you also attend for 14 consecutive days, you will be withdrawn. That's 2 weeks of not doing assignments and then removed from the course. So reach out to us. We'll be reaching out to you. If you do not submit an assignment in one of the weeks, by Monday, we know that. And so we'll reach out to you. We'll give you a call. David and I will email you. We'll text you. We'll Skype you. A representative will contact you. We're right on your progress. So if something happened that impacts your attendance, talk to us. We are here to help you. There are solutions. Life happens. So remember, if you're having trouble meeting due dates, do not understand your course requirements, not find information in the Learn Center, personal work, or family issues affecting your attendance, we're here to have a helping hand. Contact your instructor, your student services advisor, and we are available to help. So let's check in. What technology do I need? You're required to have a computer with reliable internet connectivity. So I'm glad at times may borrow one. It happened to me, but I've ended up having to invest in a computer. And so that is really critical because everything is online. There's no way around it. So I would advise you the next time between now and January 7th that you begin the process of investing or having your own computer.
So quick question.
Sure.
If we get the school to send us a computer, would they take that out of our financial aid, or could they do that of that nature?
The university does not provide computers directly. You can contact financial aid. Maybe you're probably in the process of doing that, and utilize that to invest in a computer if necessary. But the university does not provide computers directly.
Well, we better hope that we're going to get some computers for Christmas, huh? I'm going to put one under the tree.
Not that much love. Not that much love in my family.
20% online. So that's a really critical component. Upon enrolling, that's a very important factor. And starting the program is that you have the means to start the program, to start online.
Right.
My computer was kind of acting up, so I ended up having to join the call.
What was that? I'm sorry?
My computer started acting up, so I ended up just joining the call.
Oh, okay. That's another thing, too. Sometimes, for some reason, the computer doesn't work that day. I can't even explain it. So that's understandable. What's that?
My internet's just trash is all.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah, sometimes you have reliable internet, and then one day it becomes unreliable, even though you're paying for it. So, life happens. Sometimes a storm. We've had storms this past year. Really horrible storms. That's why, contact us directly via phone. Find a means to communicate with us. Plan ahead effectively so we can work with you.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
I would say if your internet's acting up, try using your mobile hotspot on your phone if that's strong enough, because that's what I'm using, because my internet is trash as well.
Okay, yes, I would completely agree. Many students utilize the hotspot. I've done that before. Sometimes it's not ideal, but it will get the job done. Good comments. It was really great feedback, everybody. And then lastly, let's continue checking in. When are assignments due? Each unit may have discussion post quizzes, which are due Sunday before midnight. How long is each course? Each course is 6 weeks, a unit per week. Then also just remember, identifying your study space, find a place free of distractions, reliable power source, uncluttered, create a schedule, and find a place that works best for you. Good. And principles of time management. This is just I want to bring this up. If you're new to online learning, we have a workshop as you start the program that discusses time management. So I'll give you a little preview of that. So remember, make use of time wisely. Use daylight hours, study during lunch at work, Our textbooks, many of them have actually the option of listening to book audio, or you can carry the book or print out information with you if you want to purchase that or print out. So at the same time, the form habits. Plan ahead enough time to study. Complete assignments by priority. Study at the best time that works best for you. Remember, you can also work ahead. Give yourself breaks. Leave unscheduled time for flexibility. Utilize short periods of free time and plan thoughtful breaks.
So the online books, is there a cost to get those online books?
That's a good question.
I don't think I was here for that.
So when you utilize tuition, I'll go briefly. You don't want to go into too much about tuition, but when your finance fees when you enroll cover the ebook for that period of time. So everybody gets the ebook when they're in the class for that 6 weeks. But shortly after the class is over, the book is no longer accessible. The course closes. Not accessible on the app. The only way that you keep an ebook, I guess you can say forever, is if you purchase it on the app. If you decide to purchase it forever for your device. So I can say the rental or the fee that your tuition covers is for the duration of the term. Some students decide to keep the ebook after the class is over. If you do that, you can purchase it through the website and keep the ebook with you. But your tuition payments already cover the ebook when you start it within that term. So if there's a book you like and you want to keep, you may want to purchase it, whether it be a hardcover copy or online with their website. Great question.
Okay.
Remember, also give yourself breaks too. You have to also kind of relax a little bit in between assignments in a good day. So I'm going to go so I'm past 3:30, so I'm going to move forward a little bit faster here. Student resources and support. I talked about the Writing Center. I talked about Pocket Confidant, Grammarly. You do get a student ID card. And all you have to do is email me, and there's a link in the student portal, a picture with a white background, and I'll send you a student ID card. We send student ID cards once the student finishes their first class at CIU. You get your discounts to the movie theater. I know some organizations require that you bring student identification. We do provide that to you optionally. If you want to send us a picture, please do so. The first ID card that you receive is free.
Oh, here I am. Excuse me.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't realize I had myself muted the whole time. Is it okay if we go ahead and log out? There's a.
If you have to leave before we're ending in about another 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Yeah,
log out.
Yes, sir. I can't guarantee about the service. I'm out here in the country, way out here in the country in Texas. So I didn't want to miss nothing.
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah, no, if you have to leave, that's okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Dr. S. Someone asked in the chat box while I was speaking to Jackie about the VitalSource. So the app is called VitalSource. It's the Student Resource Center, and the link that Dr. Hess posted in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And the ebook, you receive an ebook in the second class of your program.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually skip over federal student loan and financial aid and just briefly mention that if you're utilizing financial aid at this point in your enrollment, ensure to contact financial aid directly. So if you ever have questions regarding your financial aid, their department will be able to assist you directly. So that information is what they have access to and provide officially. So if you contact David and I, we would able to direct you to those officers who have that information available to assist you and support you directly. So ensure if you like financial aid both now and inquiring about loan and loan disbursements and so forth, contact our financial aid department and set up an appointment to chat with them directly. And I talked about Pocket Confidant earlier today. It's a virtual coaching tool that will provide you when you start the program. Really a great, exciting tool that will assist you, an additional tool for you to support our students online. You don't have to come here. You do everything online, so you have a virtual coach with you online too. And lastly, study partners. A lot of our students who graduate together with somebody, whether it be a best friend, a husband or wife, a family member. There's a lot of spouses who join together, and a lot of coworkers that join together. So, of course, you can be successful online by yourself, but if you have somebody there with you, it really helps. And it really is a great tool. So if there's so we are still actually a few weeks away from January 7th. We have open applications for undergraduate, master's, and doctorate programs. That really is a great way to start the new year. In contact Office of Student Affairs directly, and we look forward to helping everybody pursue their education online. So let's check in. What are 2 resources for academic support? Math Lab and Writing Center. Are students issued ID cards? Yes. You'll be issued an ID card after the completion of the course. And then lastly, I want to really open up the forum for everybody here. All right, so we went a little bit past time, but we did get started a little late here. I know we had a large group, so I want to open up the forum for any questions. Thank you, Dr. Hess and Dr. Debbie Wilson, one of our instructors, in answering any questions. We had a great group. And really, you guys brought up a lot of great questions. I want to ensure that everybody today understands the requirements to start the program, with computer and internet, and understand, the resources. Now, this is just the beginning. We have additional workshops in time management, APA format, and many other resources available too. That's really great, and I want to really congratulate you on making this great decision and earning a degree here at CIU. I'm going to just leave a couple, maybe 5 minutes for a couple questions, and I will have to close the presentation. I'll be here tomorrow in the office from 8 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you for a great audience and great questions. Please go ahead. If you have any questions, I'll gladly answer them now, or you can email me later if you prefer to chat offline.
Okay, so the student portal is going to be in the link that you're going to, you probably already sent it. I just can't, I got to go back and find it. Student portal classes for, hold on, let me go back. The template, we have to download the syllabus. Oh, that's all in the Learning Center. Okay, those links are going to be in the email that you sent to us, right?
The Learn Center, yes. The Learn Center itself is one link. My class at Cal University, one website.
Yeah, once you log into your account on the Learn Center, you'll go to your class, and in the class you'll find the syllabus, the textbook, and other materials. So the moment you arrive in class, you'll find it at the very top, right beneath the banner that opens up the class.
Okay, taking notes. And I can go back and re-look at this PowerPoint to find that out in the end if I still can't find it.
I'm going to send everybody a recording, this recording, excuse me, and a copy of this PowerPoint. That's right.
10-4. That sounds like a plan to me.
Cool. Fantastic.
I also wanted to take the time to thank all of you guys for coming in and signing up with California Intercontinental University. I can't wait to work with my new classmates. It's going to be fun, and I hope we can all have a great time getting the information and learning a lot more in engineering, networking, and security. I can't wait.
That's awesome. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you brought that up, and many of you will have classes together. As you mentioned Bachelor of Engineering, there are people here in the Bachelor of Business, but all of you will start to class together, and maybe many others, depending on your schedule. So congratulations. Thank you all for your incredible feedback. And I'm thanking you for your patience. We got to a little bit of a slow start here. And for this, sometimes technology is not perfect for one reason or another, but that's why we have solutions and ensure that, you know, we're here to support you. But thank you for joining us today. And congratulations. And I'll be signing off, leaving for the day shortly, and be back in the office on Friday, tomorrow. Whoop, I'm thinking it's Friday. But have a great day, everybody. I know I'll talk to you guys again soon. For those who I may not speak to before Christmas, happy holidays. Take care.
Happy holidays
Bye-bye.
to you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Presentation.
Welcome.
This presentation was brought to you by Pistachio Peanuts. Let's get it cracking.
That